It's safe to say we've won this round, don't you think? B, was it?
The name's Balthus. I don't lose often, but I can at least recognize what it looks like.
Balthus. Balthus? From House Albrecht? Baldy, is that you? Whew! You look, old.
Huh. Do we know each other, pal? Wait a minute. That hair, those eyes, that voice! Hilda! I don't believe it! Hulk's little sis? I don't believe it. Little Hilda herself. Why didn't you speak up sooner?
Baldy, this isn't the time to catch up. What would Holst think? I bet you didn't consider that, did you?
Eesh. I don't know, but it wouldn't be nice. Look, sorry, okay? Just don't tell Holst. If he knew I raised a hand against you, he'd have my head.
Ha! Like he'd stop at your head. Fine, though. Just this once, and just for you, I'll keep quiet.
Now that that's sorted, what did you mean about it being lucky that you found me?
Oh, that. One of the guys I owe gold to is Count Gloucester. He said something about forgiving my debt if I could dig up some dirt on you. Figured this was my shot.
Aha, so it was purely selfish. But then was a fight really necessary?
Really was. Best way to acquaint yourself with someone is to get into a tussle with them. That's common sense right there.
That's the correct response for a reasonable person. We're not all as far gone as Balthus here.
Say what you will, but I learned all I need to know. It's clear this lot has nothing to do with the church's intentions. But that means those other creeps could always attack us at any moment. Someone's targeting Abyss. Mercenaries keep sniffing around and causing trouble here. They won't let up.
It's a real problem. We have no clue who's pulling the strings. There are many within the church who would love to see this filthy underground city purged. When you first showed up, we thought you were here to do just that. Apologies for the confusion.
So that's why you came at us with that nasty Kill the Outsiders act.
As Yuribird said, we're sorry. We're all pretty on edge these days.
Indeed. That someone would descend to Abyss out of pure curiosity was far too outlandish to consider.
No idea. These tunnels have been around for ages. They could be older than the monastery for all we know.
None remain who know the complete truth. However, I shall tell you all that we know for certain. Abyss is home to those who shun the light of day. It is the secret shadow of Garrick Mach, if you will.
The church quietly tolerates us. They think they need a place like this for Garrick Mach to thrive.
The deal is simple. Abyssians never get involved with the surface, and the surface never gets involved with us.
Alas, for some foul reason, surface dwellers have been after us of late. Further oppressing those souls who can only find solace beneath the ground? I cannot abide it. Though it pains me to admit, we too harbor valid reasons for not venturing into the light. That is why, by the grace of our esteemed patron, we have been granted sanctuary here in Abyss.
I see. Baldy, does that mean you've got a reason for being here too?
Afraid so, Hilda. I'm here because there are more bounties on my head than there is hair. Needed to lay low. Real low.
But, Baldy, that's awful.
Enough with the niceties. Let's get these surface dwellers out of here.
Nonsense! Intolerable nonsense! Why ever would we let slip this chance to acquire their aid?
Like we said, recently this place is being targeted by mercenaries. Myself excluded, a lot of the folks who live here can't defend themselves. They're here to avoid conflict. The elderly, the infirm. Orphans, lost souls, merchants who were chewed up and spit out by the nobility. The works.
It rests upon us to protect those who cannot protect themselves, and to safeguard our home. To that noble end, I must insist that you lend us your strength.
I feel for your cause, truly. However, I cannot help but wonder why you would trust us so readily. We are from the surface, after all.
Trust is a choice. We're choosing to trust you. For now. It's clear you're not here by command of the church. And you're not just a bunch of noble twerps either. You can hold your own. It's in the way you fight, how you carry yourselves. Still, I'm reluctant to get you involved with this madness. It's our problem, not yours.
It's too late now. We already told them everything. Let's at least give them a chance to decide for themselves.
Most true. Wander about Abyss for a time, and I am certain you will come to the only correct conclusion.
Right, what she said. Take a look, think some thoughts. Consider yourselves our special guests.
Cindered shadows. What lies beneath?
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report. It's about you outsiders. Actually, guess I shouldn't bother reporting you to yourself. The Ashen Wolves may seem tough, but they're harmless. Honestly, things can get pretty boring down here. But here's a little piece of wisdom from me to you. Boredom's a luxury. Trust me, I know these things.
Professor? Oh, hello, Professor. Have you seen this library of theirs? It's completely different from the one in the monastery, and their collection is amazing. There are forgeries and banned books, legends, spells, and heresies. Doubt I'll catch a single wink tonight.
Want a drink? Of course you don't. It's all terrible down here. Nobody important enough to carry the good stuff wants to come underground to sell it to us. It's a shame. Just once I'd like to taste something worthy of a noble.
Hey, you're quite a strapping fellow. But even your looks don't compete with the likes of Yuri. Don't let that pretty face of his fool you, though. He's a rogue, through and through. Even so, the people of Abyss trust him. He may be a scoundrel, but he's our scoundrel.
Who knew an entire town was hiding beneath the monastery? And a secret fourth house to boot? Secrets upon secrets, so I'm just itching to know them all. I'm sure Rhea knows all about this place. Gods, how many secrets does that lady have?
What do you think, Professor? This is a most unique town, is it not? Incredible, really, that those who face depression on the surface are able to find sanctuary here. Oh, not to say that there's no helping the situation in Fodlan. To do just that is our duty and our honor. Even so, I find the idea rather lovely.
What? Find someone else to bother. Whatever the heck you're selling, I'm not buying. Not a trader, huh? Sorry, my mistake. Most folks chatting down here are just pawning off stolen goods.
from the surface, aren't you? I bet you're real bad. My mom says surface people are the worst.
Okay. Abyss is where I offer my prayers to my gods. It is the only place. The goddess of Fodlan is not one of my gods, but the statue here is not one of my gods either. I offer my prayers here all the same, because Abyss is where it is allowed. Huh?
What?
Ah.
Well,
It looks like this is where the people of Abyss leave their unwanted belongings. I didn't expect to find much, but there's actually plenty of gear we could salvage. I'm told we can take anything we can use, so it might be good to check on it now and again.
Hey there. What's all the commotion about? Hey, hang on. I've never seen you before. You a first-timer? Word of advice. Watch your back. The only folks who hang around down here are the ones too shady to walk in the goddess's light.
Hiya, Professor. Allow me to introduce you to my brother's best friend. You can call him Balti.
Actually, it's Balthus. You've probably heard of me. In the Alliance, I'm known as, how should I put it?
Right answer. This guy's notorious for picking fights and shirking debts. He's got a whole army of bounty hunters chasing after him.
I may not look it, but I was once a noble from a minor house. Life's full of twists and turns.
I know you, Balti. I'm pretty sure you got yourself into this mess. Really?
Pardon, but might you possibly be the Imperial Princess herself?
I am. And you are Constance of House Nouvelle. I recall hearing of your disappearance. I never would have imagined you'd end up in a place like this.
Your presence is equally curious. What business could you have here? Don't tell me it was idle curiosity.
As I believe you are well aware, we were chasing after a suspicious individual.
You're not a holy knight, and you don't seem all that special. But you're certainly mysterious, wielding that hero's relic. Yeah, I've heard all about you. But I never figured I'd see you down here, chasing after someone and getting lost in the process. That's right. And so we're clear. The Ashen Wolf House isn't affiliated with the Officers Academy. Since we're not part of the Academy, it's really just in place for us. Can't go to the surface either. We've all got our reasons. We're a unique bunch from all walks of life. Once you get to know us, I'm sure you'll love it here.
Hey, new person. Want my advice? Don't wander too far off the beaten path. Abyssians like their privacy. If you go snooping around, there's bound to be trouble. Wait, did I introduce myself? My name's Happy.
What was that?
Really?
Hey there.
we're all done here, boss. Oh, but more importantly, about your...
We'll discuss that another time. For now, tend to your mission. Don't worry, no one will die. We'll get everyone out safely. Once the trap is set, shift your focus to protecting the Abyssians, just in case things go south. Oh, it's you. I was just heading off to ambush our attackers. You'll help with that, won't you?
Oh, does that mean your enemies are drawing near?
Very good. The scouts I sent to the surface spotted some mercenaries. We closed off the entrance they used last, but it seems they've already found another.
This is bad. We've got to evacuate everyone from Abyss as quickly as possible.
That won't be necessary. They'll be back soon.
Huh? Who?
Why do I have to go? No matter what we do, we're all just gonna die in the end anyway.
Sure, but if we do nothing, we'll die a lot sooner. I assume the corridor is successfully camouflaged?
But of course, our decoy shall prevent those scoundrels from chancing upon our living quarters. Do note that I am the bait upon your hook. If we fail, I shall be left dangling in the wind. But it must be done, I fear. And so, I will most happily accept the starring role in this.
They're at the entrance. They'll be coming in from the east.
The east. Good. We're well placed. Go ahead and draw them deeper into Abyss, just like we planned. I'd like to know that myself. But first things first, we've got to make it through this encounter. Launching small counterattacks on the surface won't accomplish anything. It could also earn us the scorn of the church, if it gets messy. Which it will. That's why we have to lure the enemy underground before we take them out. I know the perfect spot.
Admit it, pals. You're knee-deep in this, just like us. There's no turning back now, right?
Of course not. If there's any way we can help your cause, we won't turn our backs on you.
That's right. We will not stand idly by while danger befalls the innocent people of Abyss.
If we can capture the enemy, we can perhaps learn the reason behind their relentless attacks.
Excited, are you? Fine. We could use more bodies to throw at our enemies. Thanks for volunteering.
So long as they're fighting with us and not against us, I don't care how excited they are. Let's get to it! Wow, an underground arena, huh? You sure know some great spots, Yuri.
I heard about this place from someone back in town. It hasn't been in use for a long time. I figured it could prove useful. So I spent some time clearing out the debris that was blocking the entrance.
It seems to be a revitalized ruin. Perhaps it was originally a reception hall or something similar.
Perhaps. Honestly, all of Abyss feels like a ruin.
This place is magnificent. It is just spacious enough to contain my glory. I shall not hold back here.
Large, isolated. I wonder if it would be okay for me to sigh here.
If Happy sighs, monsters come running. No, I'm not kidding.
I'm not sure what you could possibly mean by that.
I wish, Happy, but no. Absolutely no sign. And Constance, be glorious in moderation. Understood? This place is so big that if it collapses, all of Abyss will fall with it. The whole reason we're luring our enemies here is to avoid damaging Abyss. Don't lose sight of that.
I am well aware of our aim.
Sure, but that doesn't mean we can trust you to show restraint.
You as well? I cannot fathom why I am being treated in such a way. It is the duty of the nobility to preserve the people's safety. Do you truly believe that I would destroy Abyss in my efforts to save it? Preposterous.
That would cause trouble for Elfie too. If the underground collapses, he's the one who will have to answer for it.
You must know Elfric, yeah? He's a bigwig in the church, but a friend of Abyss. He's the one who opened up this place to folks with nowhere else to turn. Folks like us. He gave us a home, a new life.
It is Ulfric himself who put forth the idea of establishing the Ashen Wolf House. Sadly, he faces opposition within the church, and so he cannot openly deploy the knights to aid us.
That means Alfric relies upon us to protect the people who live here. Us, and now you. I hope you're ready, Professor. We're counting on you.
Reliable, aren't you? We'll owe you one.
Time to knock some sense into their thick skulls. They picked the wrong strangers to mess with.